Does more money really mean that you get a better cake? Because I'm gonna find out today. We're starting at the lowest budget of $25 and doubling each time until we get to $800. Let's see which one's most worth it for its price tag. We all gave them the exact same theme, which is whimsical fairy, but we gave them complete creative freedom. So I'm curious what each bakery did for their budget. $25, I can look?
You can look.
That's kind of cute. I don't hate it for $25. That's really cute. So it says fairy wishes and pixie kisses. We've got some flowers and some butterflies. These are stunning. I don't know how they did it. I feel like they must have like printed edible ink on chocolate because it's not what I was expecting. And I feel like it's really, really cute for $25. But I would have liked to see maybe a color change, like maybe the pink matching the color of the butterflies. But it is a grocery store, so we are limited. And I will say the first grocery store that I called and I said I wanted to do a whimsical fairy theme. And I said, what can you do? Are you able to like pipe mushrooms or anything on it? And she's like, are you aware that you've called a grocery store? If you want a custom cake, you need to call bakery. I was like, ooh, okay, sorry, just asking the options because I've seen them pipe watermelons and different things on cakes before, but I think that they did a good job with it. I feel like it just looks like a traditional birthday cake with a message, and the only really custom detail I'm seeing is the butterflies, which is really cute, but they happen to have them. So I feel like if they didn't happen to have them, you would get this without the butterflies. But for $25, it's a pretty low price for a cake. Let's see what the next one is. Now the second cake, we are doubling the budget to $50, but I was told to provide an edible image because their cake decorators weren't skilled enough to draw anything on the cake. I had no idea where to start, so I used Aria to help come up with some whimsical fairy inspo pics that I gave to the bakery. Aria is an amazing AI tool built into Opera. Aria works in a number of ways. You can open on command line using command / or control / and then ask it to generate images, give an image to analyze, or use it to answer questions, give you ideas, and help with tasks. With Aria, I can access AI without extra tabs or losing my spot. Opera's direct AI integration really enhances browsing and boosts my productivity. Music for me is always a must, but I hate having to stop my workflow just to switch between songs. You can control your music right from the player with 6 built-in streaming services, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. The music player can even be detached, so you can move it anywhere you want, both inside and outside of the browser window. And the aesthetics is everything, and with themes, you're not just changing the color, you've got animated backgrounds, browser sounds, and full UI customization, so you can go wild and tweak everything. Opera's split screen mode is a game changer. Drag a tab down and boom, you have 2 windows in one screen. No more juggling or resizing manually. And if you're always drowning in tabs like me, tab traces help you find the last few you've been toggling between. Your most recently visited tabs are subtly underlined, so you can retrace your steps at a glance. The darker the underline, the more recently visited tabs, while Tab Islands keeps everything neatly grouped by topic, so your shopping spree and work stuff do not mix. I can just collapse or expand my tabs whenever I need them. You can try Opera for yourself by clicking the link down below in the description box. Now let's see what that bakery did with the edible image. $50 cake, let's go. Can I look?
Yes.
That's so pretty. There's no flowers.
Is there supposed to be?
Yeah, they said they're gonna pipe flowers. But if I had to choose between having the flowers and having what they did, I choose what they did because this is so pretty. And I know from experience how time consuming it is to color multiple colors and pipe those all into a piping peg and do all of that. So that's a lot of effort for $50. I did not expect there'd be this kind of detail from Dairy Queen, from like an ice cream cake, you know? I will say that the edible image, I can see the lines of it because they try to make it as big as possible, which I really love and appreciate. You can see there's like flat lines. That's because of your limitations with an edible printer. But I love that they decided I want to go as big as possible because this is cute. Pretty impressed for $50. And I'm really excited to try it because ice cream cake is just, it's one of my favorites. Double the budget to $100. But is it twice the cake? Ready?
Hold on.
I can look?
No.
I can't look?
No.
Can I look now?
Yes.
Oh, holy crap. Wow. Whoa. Well, color me impressed. This isn't what I expect for $100. I asked them for a fairy themed cake to feed 10 to 12 people, and they told me, okay, it'll be $100. I was expecting a cake maybe with a couple three-dimensional things on it. I wasn't expecting a 3D cake. It is a simple 3D cake, but it's still a lot more complex than just smoothing out the icing on a round cake. It would have taken time and skill. I am surprised that we got this intricate of a cake for $100. I really think that we've, so far, every time we've doubled the price, we've really got a lot more for our money, and I love it. I love that it has both buttercream details and fondant details.
It is a pretty well-designed cake. Like even like how it's not flat across the top, like the bark side comes up around the edges.
Yeah, the swirl is perfect. The airbrushing is flawless, which airbrushing can look very blotchy. It's given dimension, given it was probably just like ivory and brown that they're airbrushing with. 25, 50, 100. What's the 200 gonna look like? 200 is a big budget. I mean, that's more than your typical birthday cake. So this should look more than your typical birthday cake. Does it? Does it look good? Can I look?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Come in.
I gotta grab the camera. Give me a second.
Come on.
You can look.
Oh, wow. I don't know where to look. What is this shape? What did they make it out of?
It looks like paper. It reminds me of like construction paper.
I'm stumped. I don't know what they made that out of. It's not wafer paper, and it's not like edible fondant paper. What? Look at the movement.
It's pretty cool. It sounds cool
too. It's
too.
really cool. The colors that they dusted this and painted this, so the gold is like so pretty. The figurine is stunning. She is super, super pretty. I've done lots of figurines. I haven't done any in a long time. They are challenging. Getting the proportions right of faces and making them look right is really hard. And I really love the big, beautiful eyes. What are they made out of? They're glassy. Is that an edible image with like gel paste over it or something? Get up in it. With your eyeballs, not the
Oh, sorry.
IRL. Look at the eyes.
Oh yeah, they actually are pretty
Really?
shiny.
They're
Oh wow.
stunning. They're like so big doe eyes. Let me touch it.
Don't touch it. You're gonna ruin it.
No, okay, it's not gel eyes. I feel like it's ice melt, like droplets that are on top of an edible image. And it's so, so pretty. This is making me feel subpar. I don't know what half this crap is, and I feel like I would be able to do it, and it's only $200. I'm like, what is this made of? How did they do that? I need to challenge myself to make some cakes like this because this is so cool. I feel like they could have just done the fairy on a simple cake, but with a $200 budget, they really stretched themselves with incorporating different elements and stuff, which gives it the whims. I mean, this being a weird shape and all the different colors and all the different textures, and I don't think I've mentioned that it lights up. All of that is giving whims, you know? And then the beautiful fairy on top is just, it's everything. This is so cute. You weren't sure about this theme. Are you liking the theme now?
Yeah, I'm surprised about how different everything is so far.
I am too. These are all very different takes on a whimsical fairy, which is what I love about just giving bakeries creative freedom to run with it, because you never know what you're gonna get.
Okay, see if I can get this positioned properly. There's like bolts sticking down through the bottom of the board. Okay.
I can look?
No, you're not. I'm just saying okay to myself.
$400? $400. Oh, this almost feels like a really elevated cross between the last two. Because you got like whims and you've got a 3D fairy, and you've got like a fairy house, but instead of a tree stump, it's big mushrooms. But so elevated. Holy crap. The moss is fascinating to me. I've seen this done before, and I think the moss is made up of cake scraps. So I think they basically take a vanilla cake that they've dyed green, and then you bake it, and then you chunk it, almost like you'd make cake pop dough, but without making cake pops and smushing it. You have it very loose, and then that's how it creates this mossy look, which is just such a stunning texture. That fairy is next level. Holy crap. Look at all of the details. How did they even hand sculpt it? Like, her toes are flawless. Her hands are flawless. Like, when you look at like the details of that, is it real? Is it? Oh, I made a nail indent. It is real. I was like, is it plastic? Like, did they buy a fairy and do like edible details on it? Because it literally looks so realistic. I don't think I've ever seen an edible figure in my life that has had that amount of details in like the toes and hands and knee. Like those are just, they're weird things. They're weird things that they're so tiny and they're so hard to sculpt. So it literally doesn't look edible. Oh, and they did little gelatin wings. That's like a throwback to that one time that I did gelatin wings at like the start of the channel. I made these like little cute little gelatin wings with a gelatin mold and I put it on like I think it was a Tinkerbell cake. They did it but with wire and they're like, you can see that they're like almost flexy. Oh my God, she has glitter freckles. I did glitter freckles when I went to the Taylor Swift concert and I had butterflies all in my hair and I was Lover era and I loved it and like this is reminding me of that. Like the little leaf dress and the little butterfly with all the details and she looks like she's like a little ballerina. I can't. The mushrooms are huge and they're really cool. The sculpting that would have gone into that is a lot. I love that there's just like glitter, just like pixie dust, you know? This tree is really cool. I feel like there's a lot of different techniques, similar to the last cake. There was so many different textures, so many different elements and mediums used to create it. And I feel like that's the same here. I mean, you've got gelatin, you've got fondant, you think you've got gum paste, you've got, I think, wafer paper leaves, and then like the cake moss. You'd have to have so much experience to be able to use so many different mediums and do them well. And I love that you've got these like big mushrooms, that's her house, but then you have like a forest of mushrooms. You got all these like little mushrooms, you know? I just wanna be a fairy.
Even the coloring on the mushroom houses.
Yeah.
Like that's, like, I think that is exactly how a mushroom would look if you blew it up that side.
It really does look like a realistic mushroom. Oh my God. Did you look underneath it? Look at that attention to detail. The other thing I love is you are completely immersed with this cake. Like where is the cake board? Where does the scene start and stop? The entire thing is all edible. The entire thing to every edge of it immerses you into the scene. And I love that. I was really impressed with the last one for 200, but did we get double the cake for double the cost? I feel like yes, these cakes are just making my heart happy. I can't with the next one. 800, we're doubling from 400 to 800. I'm ready to see it.
Okay, don't look.
No.
Oh boy. Let me just get a sip of water.
Kevin! This is so mean.
I'm thirsty.
I think you're delaying. I think I can look. All right, $800 cake. Oh my God. Oh, it's so colorful. It is like straight out of Alice in Wonderland. Holy crap. Oh, cute. Oh, it's so subtle. It's like a mechanical point, but like really subtle. The color is just like whims overload. So the last one we had was mushrooms, which we have, except it was like natural, like your most natural mushrooms that you find in the forest. This is like Alice in Wonderland mushrooms. Like these are colorful, this is whims. And same with the log. The third cake we had is a log, but it was a natural log, like one you'd find in the forest. This is so colorful. It's like the blue and the green and almost like the purple tones. It's metallic. The little leaf steps, this one steps up to this one, and then this one, oh, it steps down to that one. Why don't they step up? I'm just kidding, I love it. Oh my God, I can't with this. The whole cake board is decorated. And I'm just realizing it is not a square rectangle cake board. It is a whimsy cake board. Look at the dimensions of that. Is this supposed to, what is this? Is this supposed to be like the tree roots? Like pushing up the ground?
Yeah, I think so.
That's stunning. There's just like a little path that goes up to the door. So is this for these fairies? Because these are like this big, but who's the little tiny fairies? I wanna know the story because this fairy is not fitting in that little door. Unless she's magical and she shrinks. Maybe she does the pixie dust and go. I would love that. Also just like sprinkle of magic dust and you get really tiny.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I love that the fairies are all in different positions. Like this one is kneeling on her little mushroom. This one's like cuddling it, hugging it like a good pillow. And this one just like perched, just laying on top like a little mermaid.
Is that one naked? The blue one. Where's his clothes? She's like a real forest fairy.
She is a little, yep, this one's got a top. This one's got a top. This one does not have a top, but she looks like she's got tattoos. So she's like the bad girl.
She's the free spirit.
She's the free spirit. I don't know what this green powder is. These bakers are using really cool techniques. I gotta step it up. It's so, so pretty. I feel like this baker went all out with the seams, right? Like there's so much to look at, there's so many details, where I feel like the other baker concentrated on simpler mushrooms, but then went all out with like the figurine in the last one was a little bit like, it was higher detailed than what these ones are. Like it was insane detail for that figurine. But here we have 3 different fairies with all their different like own aesthetics and everything. And I feel like they're all cute the way they're perched and stuff. But then we also have this color that's on the tree. I wanna know how to achieve that color because it's just so pretty. There's a lot of texture with the carving and the shaping of it, but also in the impression of the fondant that's on top. I love that these are coming in branches, that you then have these little like pedestals, and the leaves being multiple color are really pretty, and we need a moment for this cool pond. I mean, it's just a simple little pond, but I love that there's a simple little pond. I think that's just gel paste because it's very like, it's sticky. I love this theme. The whimsical fairies is just giving everything. All the cakes are so different. I want to see what they taste like. Does it look like we've doubled the price as we go? Like it feels like that, because if you look at this, it's like, is this twice as good? It's like, yes. Is this twice as good as that? Like, I think so, yeah. This one is definitely, I feel like more than twice. This one gets crazy, and it's just like, holy crap. So I feel like we went there. Now, are they gonna taste twice as good as we go? One thing, we didn't put the ice cream cake back in the fridge because we didn't think it was gonna take that long to film, and they have to be soft enough to cut. It took a little bit longer than expected, and it's a little bit melty. So that there's my fault. So starting off with our cheapest cake, we have a classic vanilla with a vanilla icing. Fun fact, this is my brother's favorite cake. I don't know why specifically like a grocery store cake with like whipped icing, but it is his favorite. A classic. There's nothing great about it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like classic childhood. It's like how McDonald's French fries taste different than any other French fries. It's a very specific flavor, but tasty.
Dog will not stop staring at us. Look at him. He sat here all day looking at us like this, just judging us. We're not giving him any attention. Look at his toys.
Funny story with the ice cream cake. It's supposed to be peanut butter cup and cookie dough blizzard, but they called and their decorator called in sick, so they mixed up the cakes. So the person who decorated this is not a typical cake decorator, so kudos to you, because that's pretty amazing. But this is also not the right cake. This one is just, I think, a vanilla and chocolate cake, but because they made the mess up, they offered to give us, decorate and give us the blizzard cake for free. So now we have got 2 cakes. I mean, mistakes happen, but that is good customer service. It's very melty. I'm a big fan of ice cream cakes. I get all the good stuff in there. That cookie crumble in the middle, I love. Way more than twice the flavor.
It's a hard comparison to make.
Our $100 cake is a vanilla cake with strawberry whip, which is starting to feel a lot more custom. I don't see any strawberries. Maybe it's like infused in the filling. I'm just gonna try the filling. No, it's not infused in the filling. It's a very sweet filling. It's a very basic vanilla cake flavor. The cake flavor is actually quite nice. The icing for me, I find way too sweet because I feel like there's no dimension of flavor. It's just really overpowering sweetness, which is kind of like your classic American buttercream. So it's not my personal favorite, but I feel like kids love that level of sweetness. Our $200 cake option is hard to cut with all of the, oh my God, it's wrinkling. Oh no. This isn't my best work.
It's up there.
It's also not my worst work, if we're being honest. I want to know what the paper tastes like. Okay, I'm just gonna get like a chunk of it. Don't eat the paper. Okay, chocolate cake with a chocolate icing. It's like decadent without being overwhelming. It feels really well balanced. $400 cake is a cinnamon cake with a caramel icing, which sounds incredible, hence why I'm cutting the big mushroom. Oh, that looks really incredible. I wasn't expecting actual like layers of caramel in that. It's really good. It's like a caramel cinnamon roll, but in cake form. The filling is so light and airy, but has that hint of caramel. But then you've got the drizzle of caramel in the filling that's adding that punch of flavor. And the cinnamon complements it so wonderfully. Favorite so far. This one is a chocolate cake.
I think you found the lights.
We're just gonna scooch that away from the, I found the light. Okay, chocolate cake with a white chocolate raspberry filling, which sounds super nummy. Okay, carefully over the wires, down to the leaf. Oh, that looks yummy. Where's the white chocolate though? Is it like a ganache? Like a raspberry ganache? Because it said white chocolate. Okay. That's like smacky in the face raspberry flavor. In the best way. That is intense. I don't know if it's powder that they infused with them. I'm not sure what they did, but like it is super punchy. Like it has a lot of flavor, but it's so good. I don't taste any white chocolate, I just taste raspberry. The white icing here is just Italian meringue that doesn't have any flavor, it's just vanilla. I'm not sure where the white chocolate is, but that chocolate cake with that raspberry filling it's incredible. I wish you could try this. I think we have to keep it. I love reading your comments on the cake, so let me know your thoughts on each one. Also, these 3 bakeries here, we have ordered from so many times, have blown me away every single time. I'm gonna leave their links down in the description box below if you wanna share them some love because they are incredible. I love you, I will see you next time.